Ready?
Ready.
All right, let me see. Okay. Hi everybody, Tara Madden here from Boys and Girls Clubs of Western Pennsylvania. Cultural Cooking, episode number 16, I believe. 15 or 16.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, we've done a lot.
Yeah.
I'll take a more accurate count next time though, so I'm sure. We are going to have a little fun today. This is Memorial Day weekend coming up starting tomorrow. We all have most of us have a longer weekend. Time to catch up, time to think about others from the past, people in service, time to think about others currently in our troubled world today. We are just going to have a really good time. It's going to be light and easy. One of the things that my cameraman and partner, Patrick, you may come over here, Patrick. One of the things that we enjoyed from a long time ago was the show called Survivor. Remember that, Patrick?
Yeah, I remember watching Survivor when it first came out. Actually.
Yeah, it was super.
We're rewatching it now.
Yeah, we're rewatching all of them.
Yep.
It's on what, Paramount?
Yeah.
Anyways, we stopped.
Paramount, you can give us a contract if you want.
We stopped watching it like, I don't know, season 10 or something.
Don't tell Paramount though. They won't give us a contract.
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
But there's 42 seasons. There's like 42 seasons to watch.
They were doing it twice a year for a while.
Yeah. So anyways, what we decided to do this week, and also for multiple reasons, we decided to like save a little money, try to control what we eat and what we put into our bodies. So we said, let's do a Survivor challenge and not eat out or pick up any food during the week. We were going to totally live on the food that we had.
Well, it was mostly about cleaning out the pantry.
Right, in our pantry, our refrigerator, our freezer. We did have one, I did have one cheat day though. So, and now we're back on the wagon until tomorrow evening. And then Sunday morning, we can do whatever we like. But today is also a special day because for Memorial Day, we thought we'd do a chopped version. So this is Survivor Chopped, okay? If that makes any sense to y'all. But Patrick is going to pick 5 to 10 items in our refrigerator, pantry, freezer, whatever. And I am going to see what I can do with those items. Okay. So Patrick, take your time and bring me some things.
Okay. I am going to. I've been craving tuna.
Oh.
First
item is going to be skipjack tuna. It says it's sustainably caught chunk light tuna in water.
Yeah.
When people say sustainably caught,
Yeah.
I feel like that could mean a couple things. I feel like that means they're caught in a way that doesn't like cause the species to become extinct. So there's a limit to how much they're caught. So he's pulling down olive oil. Or they could be farm raised, which is another way of being sustainable. Okay, so I'm trying to skip the glare in the camera. We're gonna move this back a little bit. There we go. So we have olive oil. Oh my goodness. Basil, dried basil. Oh my goodness. Tuna, skipjack. So that's 3. Let's see what he's gonna bring me. Oh goodness gracious. Potatoes in a can. These are whole potatoes in a can. Oh geesh. Black
Do you have to use
beans.
all of these things, or just some?
No, I don't have to use all these things.
Okay.
But if you were on Survivor, this would be quite the meal for them. Because if you were left on a deserted island or out in the wilderness, like on the Survivor show, and given like a bag of rice to live on for 39 days.
Oh, I like rice.
This would be like glamorous food for Survivor. So what else did he just?
If you don't eat for a week, everything is glamorous.
Oh, soy sauce. Wow, this is going to be interesting.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, you don't have to use all of it. We're down to the nitty gritty here. We're down
Right.
to like the basics. Not all this stuff left.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did not practice this with him. Okay, I did
Nope.
not. So we have a little bit of fettuccine right here. That's not a whole package, but that still should be enough to work with. But we also have more, I think, down there if we need to.
Oh no.
Is there
That's all I
linguine
got.
down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's-
And linguine, which is like mini fettuccine, kind of. So,
I can't think of anything else.
okay. So here's what we have so far. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna call this 7. That's 7 ingredients. Well, folks, do you think I can make something with this?
I'm gonna be surprised.
Okay.
Now
I
you
think I
can add some stuff if you want.
Yes, like what do you think? Like salt and pepper,
Oh yeah, totally.
butter.
Yeah, totally. Butter, like condiments and
Yeah,
stuff.
condiments
That's totally
and
fine.
things we're allowed to add.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave these sort of over to the side for now, and I'm going to start rolling through this. And I'm going to kind of, this is called a stream of consciousness cooking, kind of. So it's when you're, pretend you're on Survivor.
Pretend you're broke at the end of the month.
Yeah, and we have no money, and this is the only food, except for a couple other little tiny things we're going to add, that we have to live on for this next couple days. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, so I'm going to think, all the things I cooked in the past, I'm going to put this together into something. I'm going to, like, you know, kind of let my hands do the work without even thinking about it too much. Right away, I know I need to cook my noodles, okay? I need to cook my noodles. That takes 8 to 10 minutes. So I'll get that water going. But see, right on the box, it says, somewhere on the box, it says how long to cook this al dente. I'll find it in just 1 second. 10 to 11 minutes. And this one is al dente, 10 to 11 minutes. Al dente means to the bite. Dente, tooth, to the tooth. So it has to be a little bit firm. You don't want noodles that are soggy. That is just not fun. Okay. Now, if you were on Survivor, like they'd be like, who cares? Who cares if my pasta is al dente? They'd just be happy to have pasta, right? So we're gonna get that. We're gonna put the lid on the pasta. Okay? We want the lid on the pasta because that'll keep the water boiling faster. Today I'm using a smaller cutting board because I didn't need to drag out. I didn't know if I needed my big chopping cutting board. And from these ingredients, I see that I don't really need a cutting board. So we're gonna cook up a little bit of both of these. Okay, so we'll have that to the side once that water starts boiling. Now, can opener. I see cans, so I must open these cans.
There you go.
That's all I know. That's what
all-
I'm thinking.
That's all you know.
So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to cook the noodles. I'm going to mix all these things together to make what I'm thinking is going to be like a tuna noodle casserole.
You're gonna
type
mix
of-
them all together?
Well, I'm gonna do the noodles. I'm gonna add, yes, I'm gonna mix it all together
Oh,
with
wow.
some butter and some garlic maybe, and some salt and pepper, or maybe some soy sauce because soy sauce has a salt intake.
Could you make 2 different dishes, like one on the side,
Yeah, maybe we can do.
instead of putting it all together?
Maybe we can sizzle our potatoes up on the side. Oh, we'll just heat up the potatoes in the microwave with some butter on them and some garlic. That would be good.
Basil.
And basil, yeah. Okay.
Olive
I
oil.
hear where you're thinking. So
Yeah.
you're thinking I should group these three.
Maybe you have
things?
like a main dish and a side
Yeah,
dish.
okay. So this is going to be my side dish. Okay? These 3 things right here. That's good. This is going to be my main dish with the pasta and the tuna.
Pasta, tuna, and black beans.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
What if instead of the black beans,
Oh, he's substituting out now.
What if we swapped it out for something that's like,
Green?
yeah.
Do we have anything green?
We have peas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed
Does
to
that
have.
work?
Yes, I'm not supposed to have any input in this.
Okay, peas are good.
So, okay. I like peas, and that in a traditional tuna noodle casserole, we put peas in there. So,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna start to open things.
Or instead of black beans, you could use canned green beans. I don't know.
Yeah, this
No?
is good.
All right.
I think
Good.
we have 7 ingredients that we're working with. Okay. If I get this can open, I think it's been around for what the can's been dented because usually it's not this hard.
Try that other opener.
Is
Sometimes
this
that
not
one's
the good
better.
opener?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought it was. Well, here's the good opener.
That one works better.
You want to use
somehow.
this good opener, the OXO opener. Okay. Oh yeah. So much better. Although this can is problematic.
Dented.
Yeah.
Al dente.
Al dente, dented. So if you were in the outback or in Africa in Survivor, this might pose a problem. I think they use for can openers over there, like the army can openers. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So I did make kind of a mess, and that's okay. We'll clean it up later. Got a paper towel here. All right. Then watch the time. We're making good time. All right. I don't need all this liquid that's in these cans, so I'm going to take the liquid out. And you shouldn't do what I just tried to do. You should never stick your finger. This is the world's deadliest weapon right here, is a can lid. I looked straight at this can lid once and I thought, that's a really deadly weapon. I better be careful that I don't cut myself. And like, I'm not kidding you, I was much younger, but like, I cut myself on that same lid that I was just talking about, like
Ouch.
2 seconds later. Big cut right on my finger. I was looking right at it too. So you want to get rid of this can as fast as possible. So I'm going to take this can, just go ahead and dump my vegetables in there. Alright, in the strainer, I actually should use the smaller strainer. There we go. I'll show you the strainer in just a second. So you don't want to use all this juice, okay? So I strained it. I strained it out in my little strainer. Can you see that from a distance? Good. So we strained that out, and that's nice. All right. And that's going to sit there. And then we have to strain out our potatoes and our tuna. Not our tuna, but we're going to open our potatoes. All right. Same thing. I'm going to get rid of the juice of the potato because, you know, these vegetables have been sitting in the same liquid for a long time. So I don't really necessarily want it in my dish. Again, another dented can.
All the cans dented?
Yeah. Some of those ones up there got dented somehow. Okay, good. It's fine. All right. Again. Get rid of the juice. Didn't get it. Alright, almost there, guys. Technical difficulty. Break. There you go. I think it broke. Yes. Alright. Sit that in there for now. And last but not least, I'm going to open up our tuna fish. Now I like to, if you notice this, I like to put my items I'm opening on a surface instead of right on the table or the counter whenever I'm opening. So if it has to move, it's not going to scratch anything. And I learned that a long time ago with, I think one of my relatives had a real fancy table, and they got really mad at me whenever I was a little kid for opening on their table without something on it. And also these lower lids, you want to do it at the edge of the table, these lower height things, because your can opener is actually taller than your container. So it's easier for you to do it on the edge. Okay. Now, a lot of people don't do this either. I like to rinse my can opener off and let it dry. Because if you don't rinse it, you think, oh, it didn't really touch the food, but that little blade has been in the food. Okay, so if you let that can become contaminated and full of bacteria. Okay, I'm gonna take that out, rinse it. And that's why I just stick it right on my thing. All right, we're gonna get the liquid out of the tuna too. All right. Now, I'm going to hold that tuna to the side. We're still waiting for this to boil. Okay, we're getting closer. Let's prepare our potatoes. All right, so I think I'm going to put my beautiful potatoes into this bowl right here. I'm just going with my gut here. Put these beautiful potatoes right in this bowl. And maybe so that they last a little longer, I'm going to cut them in half. So it's like for 2 people at least to share. We could get a couple meals out of this. Here's the thing. We are not big eaters. Like, we don't eat giant portions of food. You know, we eat just until we're not hungry again, basically. So sometimes one big meal that you would get at a restaurant or the typical average family would make might last us for 4 meals, up to 4 meals, because that's the way that we eat. Everybody's different. Everybody's situation is different. When I was young and we had 4 kids in our family and 2 adults when we were little at our table, that was a lot of food we had to make. So we had to make sure we had just enough food to make sure people were filled up. And then there was 2 girls and 2 boy children in our family. And Leslie, my sister, and I used to always think that the boys ate all the food and we'd get really mad. And we would actually try to hide food just for us because they did. They went through a period when they were wrestling and things where they were just ravenous and they would just eat everything in sight. So we would really have to watch our food. So anyways, potatoes. We're going to take and add to those potatoes some butter. Got my butter right here. Pure butter, okay? We're not using margarine today. I like butter. There's nothing wrong with margarine or that fake light stuff. I guess it tastes okay. But I like the taste of real butter. Almost. Heat up a little higher. Okay, so we're gonna add, looking at my time. Get my knife again. Good. So, I really don't have that many tools out here because I didn't know what to expect. So this is fun. We're gonna add a couple pats of butter. This is what I call a pat. Something like this size. Right in there. Boom. Boom. I'm gonna save this pat of butter to go in with our half a stick of butter for the pasta in the end, because when you make mac and cheese they always ask for half a stick of butter, but since we're not using milk, that's another thing, we don't have milk in our house. I know, weird, right? Well, we're one of those families that, milk bothers my system a little bit, so we don't usually have a lot of milk. We don't drink a lot of milk. So when you have mac and cheese, it often says add like a little quarter cup of milk. Well, what's the sense in buying a whole half, a large container of milk when you only need this much and you don't drink milk? So we use, instead of milk, we use a little bit of pasta water. We use a little bit of extra butter maybe. Sometimes we'll use water, just plain water. Like, it's just lubrication, that's all it is. Okay. All right, we're at a high boil. So we're gonna add our fettuccine first. And this is the way I do it. I take it out gently. Don't just take this box and turn it upside down over a pan. That's crazy. So you want to take this and you're going to break these in half. We like to break our pasta. I know it's probably like, against the law in Italy. But we, like I said, we like a nice mouth feel. Like we don't need like big strands of pasta. So ooh, this is a little tough. I'm gonna break this in half to break it. So we just push it toward the pan, not toward you. So that those little crumbs mostly go in the pan and not in your face. All right, and then we're gonna add a little bit of linguine because that's not gonna probably be enough for us. I did put a couple whole ones in there, that's good. And a little bit of linguine just because. Again, you don't want to use too much. Here's a neat trick that somebody taught me. They said that if you put a diameter of about like a quarter, a little bit smaller than a quarter into your hand like this is a helping for one person. Okay, so that helping that I just put in there was probably for like a little bit over for one person, and this is a little bit under for one person. Also, there's a neat trick too that I saw on YouTube or TikTok or something. I don't know if this is true, but we're gonna give it a go. Let me get my spaghetti thing and I'll show you in a minute. I'm gonna find you. I know you're here. Oh, it's right in my hand. Oh, this one doesn't have it. Okay. So some spaghetti things have a circle here. And that circle is supposed to be the measure portion of pasta for one person. This is what I've been told. Okay.
I never heard that. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to give this a stir. Let me show you. Because the last thing we want is for the pasta to all clump together. You don't want clumped together pasta. All right. So you give this a stir, especially in the beginning, just to keep that pasta from not sticking together. Another thing that people do, a little tip, you can do this if you want. It's totally up to you. Okay. You can take just to put a little drop of olive oil in there in your water, because that'll keep the pasta from not sticking too, just a little bit. And some people like to heavily salt their pasta water. I watch a lot of Italian shows, and they're always like put like the flavor of the sea in your pasta. Like get a handful of salt and put it in there. For us, we don't like that. It's just a personal preference. We don't think we need to add salt to our water because the salt does go into your pasta too. So it's really up to you and what you prefer. Okay. All right, so that's gonna cook for 10 minutes. Timer, 10 minutes, because I've been talking for 1. Okay, when that timer gets down a little bit, we're gonna finish up. We're gonna pop our potatoes into the microwave. All right, and then you can do it in a skillet too. You can do these potatoes in a flat skillet like this. The only problem with that is these are canned potatoes. Canned potatoes have a texture that's soft. They're very soft. They're not durable. Like they're already cooked pretty much. If you put like a real potato that's a raw potato and cut it up and put it, saute it into a pan, it's gonna work fine because it's durable. And when you mix it up in the pan, it's not gonna break apart. It's gonna get crispy. This is not really ever gonna get crispy. This will just get warm, but if you play with it too much, it's gonna break apart. Okay. I don't know if you knew that. But. So we're gonna add to our potatoes though some olive oil. Well, we already have butter in that. Forget that. We're not gonna use the olive oil in the potatoes. We just put butter in there. Actually, I don't want to put butter in there. I want to put olive oil in there. We're gonna take those pats of butter out. This is how you know you can have fun in the kitchen. You can change things up because it's your kitchen, right? It's your food. I'm gonna do a smidge of olive oil in there because we're gonna have butter in the pasta. So your lipids of choice, of course, but we don't need to have too much. We're gonna put basil in here. And basil, dry basil, I feel like people might be under the impression that it doesn't have as much flavor as fresh basil, or that you need to add more. I don't know what the rule is, but I think that dried basil has a lot of flavor. So we're not gonna I coated my potatoes but I didn't like make it thick. All right, I coated it, each potato, but I didn't make it thick.
So can you,
And you can smell
is there a
that.
difference between doing it before you cook it or after you cook
You
it?
can do it both. So I think I'm gonna leave it like this whenever I put it in the microwave.
Yeah.
And after it warms up, I'm gonna like add just a little bit more.
Oh.
Because basil's like an aromatic, so it just has, you can smell it immediately, whether it's fresh or dried. It smells so good. And it's in the mint family, I believe. But you can, when it heats up, it even has more of a beautiful smell. So it's nice and earthy. It's a little sweet smelling, almost like a mint. All right, so the only thing we haven't used yet is our soy sauce and our ingredients for our tuna, which I'm gonna do soon. I'm gonna put this into the microwave. We're also gonna season this with just a touch of salt afterwards. Okay, we're making excellent time.
Tuna suna?
Tuna suna! You're hilarious.
Thanks.
Okay, that's empty. Let's see what the timer says. 6:53 for those guys. It's on a full rolling boil too. I'm just gonna give this a little mix and check it out. Whoops, I feel a little sticking. So that's good. I felt a little stickage at the bottom with the noodles, so it's good that I'm just giving this a little stir. Now we've had this pan, I don't know what you call it, saucepan? We've had
Sure.
this saucepan and this spaghetti thing for like years.
Yeah, a long time.
Years. It's funny, if you look around your kitchen, even as kids, you'll notice things that have been there since the beginning of your time. It's odd. And then someday we might get a new saucepan, but we've had this saucepan for well over 20 some years.
Feels like it.
Yeah, so pretty cool. Why change it if it doesn't break, right? All right. Next thing, let's see. So we're waiting. We're on the wait right now, and that's okay. I'm gonna prepare my great big pan to mix. Let's see. I'm trying to think. We're gonna mix this. Yeah, we'll mix this in the pan. You'll see me do that. That'll be fine. But we're gonna prepare our serving plates while we wait. So, I think a nice Pyrex bowl would be nice. White Pyrex, okay, cheap, not fragile, pretty durable.
Pyrex?
No, not Pyrex, Corelware, very durable. This is a really nice, lightweight dish for cooking and eating, especially like during the week, everyday eating, and if you have a family. Because, you know, we don't want to pull out the good china every day. All right, we're good. We're good. We're just waiting a couple more minutes. We're going to give this a test.
You need something to mix that in?
No, we're going to mix it in the pan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Easy peasy.
One pan.
This is what you call a one pot wonder. This is a one pot wonder. We're just going to use one pan to cook everything except for the potatoes, you know, for the main dish. And we're gonna mix it in that pan and we're gonna serve it out of that pan. So everything's happening in one pan. That's the beauty of this.
Makes for easy cleanup.
Yeah, and this is chopped too. So chopped, survivor style. So we're just using what we have in the house, you know, and also, you know, it was a mystery pretty much for me. Patrick picked out the items.
It's a mystery to me too.
It was a mystery to you until you picked them out.
Yeah, I didn't think about it all day.
You didn't have any idea?
Not really. The
that's
potatoes,
fun.
I've been craving potatoes.
Okay, that's
So,
cool.
Yeah, I haven't had potatoes in a while.
I love that. I love that. Let's see if anybody's here with
And
us.
tuna,
today.
I was thinking about tuna.
No, I don't think anybody's here with us today. I'm going to share this for an on-demand video, friends. I keep looking at the wrong camera. But, you know, this is something that this is a pilot, Boys and Girls Clubs of America virtual club. And we're trying to make this super popular among boys and girls clubs all around the country. And we're one of 4 clubhouses to be involved in it, and I'm very excited about it. So hopefully you guys can tell your friends to catch us. And we're trying to, you know, jazz it up a bit and make it more interesting and make it like something that kids would really, or anybody would really just love to see lots of interesting content between art, cooking, culinary arts, visual arts, music, STEM, educational features, sports. You know, it's very, very interesting. You should check it out. Oh yeah, and there's even a phone app. It's called BGC National Virtual Club. It's really cool. I have it on my phone, and you can just watch it from your phone. All right, we're almost there, I think.
That's cool they made an app.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool. All right, so those little starlings out there, I should show them my birds. I don't know if they can see it that far.
He's hiding behind the
Patrick's going to
plant.
show it on the other video, but basically we watch birds in our house, and we have 22 variations of birds, and we have 6 squirrels now, maybe even 7 or 8 squirrels. And then the variations of birds, we found a couple of rare ones, like the white-tailed,
Blackbird?
no, it's the
Grackle.
the white-tailed grackle, several different kinds of sparrows. Very, very interesting. It's like, it's very creative, and I like want to draw pictures of them or sculpt them, and very neat to watch their behaviors between each other too. We also have a woodchuck, a bunny, a raccoon, a few deer,
Yeah, the deer
couple
come in once
cats,
in a while.
a couple cats, a possum.
Oh yeah.
Pretty neat stuff.
I haven't seen the possum in a while.
Yeah, all in the suburbs. We live in the suburbs, guys. We don't even live in the country. We live, these aren't even the high suburbs.
No, we're closer to the city
closer
than
to
the
the city.
suburbs. Yeah.
Let's see, timer. Oh, good, we're ready. 57 seconds. All right. We're gonna test our pasta. And this is the way you test your pasta. You don't throw it up against the wall. Okay? Don't throw your pasta up against the wall.
No way.
Okay? Take a piece of pasta like this. You know, give it 2 seconds to cool down just a little bit. And you're gonna bite it, right? You're gonna just bite it. Mmm.
Done.
To the tooth. Got a little firmness, but it tastes done.
Al dente.
Al dente. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. All right, guys. Here we go. I'm gonna take this. This is hot, so we don't want to ever put this on plastic. So we're gonna take this. I'm gonna drain it in my strainer, and then I'm gonna put in my strainer, which is right here. I'm gonna show you guys. All right, we're gonna drain it in this strainer and let the water come out, and then we're gonna put it back into this bowl.
Drainer, strainer.
Drain the strainer. Drain it in the strainer. And I'm gonna try to leave just a little bit of liquid in there. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Oh, oh, so good. I can tell it's gonna be delicious already. All right. Oops. Ow, ow, ow. Can't get it. There we go. Okay. All right. So here we go. We have our pasta. Let me show it to you. And then I'm going to start adding things. Pretty cool. Linguine and fettuccine. All right. Now we're going to add things. While it's hot, we're going to put our butter in. So this is probably a little bit less. And I'm going to put a little bit more in. And our peas. Peas. Ooh, if you please. Some peas. I'm going to put one more pat of butter in there. Okay, good. All right. And salt with our soy sauce. This almost reminds me of tuna noodle casserole, where you put the soy sauce in the casserole dish, right? And our
the green bean casserole.
green bean casserole.
Yeah.
And then we put a little bit of skipjack tuna right in there. Guys, this is a one-pot wonder, so if you even have just like not all the utensils you need, obviously you're going to need a can opener. But if you don't have a spoon, you can use your spaghetti guy to mix it. All right? So we're gonna just mix this up, get that butter melted. Oh, while that's going, I'm gonna turn on my microwave just for 3 minutes. Okay, and that's not too loud. Then we're gonna mix this up, beautiful, until all that butter is melted. And when I put the pasta through the strainer, I left a little pasta and pasta water in the bottom of the pan. That's gonna be our milk, so to speak. There you go. Oh my goodness, this looks delicious.
It actually does look good.
It really does look good.
Good job.
Now, pro tip, if you happen to have, which we don't because we're surviving on what we have in our fridge, if you have a little bit of cream somewhere, like a onion dip, French onion dip, or anything like that, or a sour cream, that also tastes lovely in this kind of dish. All right, so there we go. We're almost ready. I'm gonna go ahead and serve this up into our bowls. Yeah, so much time, 10 minutes, good. Whoa, okay. While we wait for our potatoes. Our potatoes are doing something.
They're popping. They're not even half done.
I know, but you know what? Those are warm. That's good. That's fine.
Like you said, they're already cooked.
Yeah, they're already cooked. I think what's popping, made it pop a little bit, was the olive oil. Okay, so we're gonna put a little bit more in this one. Oh, that looks lovely. Okay, so check this out. Now we're going to get I'm gonna put this pan back on the stove with the lid for now. One thing you want to be mindful of, guys, is like when you keep food in a one-pot wonder, the residual heat of the pan will continue to cook the food. So if you don't, like, this is okay, but if you don't want something to burn or like get scalded, or even something that is nuanced that way, like something that is sensitive, then you want to take it out of your pan.
Or take it off the stove,
yeah, or
too.
take it off the heat. As far away from the heat as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's our beautiful potatoes. But now what we're gonna do is, I'll hold this up for this. Get a spoon. Some salt. Okay. And all I'm gonna do is just take a little bit of salt, nothing too crazy. I'm a real fan of coarse salt, kosher salt, sea salt, coarse ground. I just put a little bit in my hand.
Pink Himalayan salt?
Yeah, that's okay, but actually that tastes dirty to me lately. It tastes grungy, like it's weird. I have a very sensitive palate. Okay, when it comes to certain things. And then I'm just going to sprinkle the salt on. Alright, and then I'm going to toss this now. I'm just going to give this a quick toss to see if I need to add anything. No, I think it's still good with the basil. Smells good. Smells lovely. Yeah, good. I'm going to give it one more zap in the microwave and then we'll be done. Just one more little zap.
Cover it up.
Yeah.
On the plate.
Yeah. This is another trick that we like to do. You could take a plate and put it over for things in the microwave so that it doesn't explode all over your microwave, but it also contains the radiant heat. So this is heat that goes, microwaves go into the center of foods and cook from the inside out. So you don't want to have like it too tight or it can explode. Okay, do 1 minute. Oops, start again. Okay, and we're about ready to taste test this. Our survivor meal.
Less than 40 minutes.
Oh, nice. What?
That took less than 40 minutes.
Yep. And it would probably take less time if we weren't talking.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. We will go ahead. All right. Here we go. Hold on, Patrick. We're going to do our taste test. I'm going to flip this camera around to get his reaction. Where are you? All right. Survivor, you can tell me if I did a good job.
Okay.
If I would survive on a desert island.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
I could eat that, be climbing over walls, swimming across shark-infested waters. Totally.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Shark-infested waters. Nice.
No doubt.
Nice. Now, you want to try the potatoes?
Yeah, I want to try potatoes. That's all I've been waiting for all day.
Try to get you on camera here. Sorry, I'm making people dizzy. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
It tastes good?
Basil, butter, olive oil.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to try this
Ooh,
potato.
hot though.
Hot? Oh, hot. Okay, okay. So tender. I'm going to try this potato.
Very good.
Yeah.
Gotta love basil.
That's surprising. The basil makes it. That basil.
You don't usually think about basil on potatoes, do you?
No, no. If you're ever stranded on a desert island, guys, you know, if you have
Basil would be good in the pasta
any
too.
vegetation around that you think is safe and has like a flavor to it,
Oh my
a
gosh.
herb, you should, you know.
So read the survival manual first though. Don't eat anything you don't know what it is.
That's delicious. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to sign off, Tara and Patrick. We're going to sign off from the Boys and Girls Club of Western Pennsylvania, Kitchen Stadium, Survivor Chopped episode. Here, you want to do your things? There? Okay. We want to say thank you for coming, watching our show. Please tell your friends.
Thank you very much.
And have a good, excellent weekend. Okay, have a safe weekend. Just have a really good, restful weekend.
Restful.
Yeah. All right. Bye.